Hi, this is James from Tabletop Gaming Guild, and today we're going to look at the 2 to 4 player game Dragomino, published by Blue Orange Games. In this game, you're going to try to get as many dragons as you can on your board, and some of them are going to be cracked eggshells, and some of them are going to be dragons. Person with the most dragons at the end of the game wins. Let's go ahead down the table here. I'll give you a general idea how the game plays, and then we'll come back and I'll give you my final thoughts. So this is what a setup of Dragomino might look like. Everybody's going to get their own starting tile. They're all the same, double-sided. And the first player is going to get the Queen Dragon. You also lay out each of these eggs in their own colored piles. Each round of the game, 4 tiles are going to be laid out, regardless of player count. Then in turn order, starting with the player with the queen, they're going to pick a tile. When they pick a tile, they're going to immediately place it. Wherever they place it, any touching sides that match, they will gain an egg of that matching color. And then they'll flip it, and if it's a broken egg, they immediately get the queen. If it's a dragon, they just place it and it counts as a point. After everyone's selected their dominoes, the remainders get discarded, then 4 more get placed out. The person who is currently has the queen dragon goes first. So if I draft this tile is a good example. This tile right here, when I touch it, I have 3 matching and a 4th matching here. So you flip all of them. And there I got 3 dragons. Now each of these have about 50% dragons, 50% broken eggs. But that is the gist of the game. You're basically going to be drafting tiles. There's no real grid size or placement because this is for kids, so they can place it wherever they want. And this will give me a desert egg. And at the end of the game, you're going to count up your dragons, and the person with the most dragons win. The queen dragon counts as a dragon, so the last player that ends up with the queen dragon will also get a point for that. So if I had the queen dragon and this was my final setup, I'd have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 points. And the person with the most points wins. If there's a tie, if that player has the queen dragon, they will win. All right, so that is basically all the rules to Dragomino. Let's go ahead back up to the table here and I'll give you my final thoughts. So I like Dragomino. It is a great kids game. It really teaches how kids to match up and do like set collection a little better. It teaches them how to think about matching those things to get the most eggs possible. So making sure they can make their shape so they can connect as many sides as possible so they get as many eggs. I like the little mix of eggs in there with some with the cracked shells, some of them with dragons in there. I like the fact that the person who gets the cracked egg gets the queen, and the queen counts as a dragon at the end. So the gameplay is really quick. There's enough dominoes, I think, in here that, well, there are dominoes in here that I think makes the game end in a reasonable amount of time before the kids get bored and before the game drags on too far. So I really like how they thought about how many dominoes they put in there. And I also like the fact that it doesn't change how many dominoes you put out per player count, so you don't need to really even worry about it. You just put 4 out, period. And that's how it works, whether you're playing with 2, 4, or 3 players. So, and production quality on this is really, really good. So the dominoes are really nice thick cardboard, the tokens are nice thick cardboard, and the queen dragon's a nice big wooden token. So overall, if you're looking for a really good game to play with kids just starting to play their first board games, this game is really great for that, and I would highly recommend it. It also has a little bit more longevity to it as the kids get a little older. So I'd say the game says 5 and up, but I'd probably say you could go like 4 and up, and probably to like 8 or so, and then you'd want to move on. So I highly recommend Dragomino if you're looking for a good young kid game. Thank you for watching.